Yeah. Hey, it started now. Hey. Hey, everyone. Welcome to our live show. It's us again. So I got Liz, I got Mike, and I got Becca. And you got me. Lucky you. Sweating already. Oh, so, team, how do I got to turn this all down. Sorry, 1 second.
Is that your phone that's dinging?
Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
Okay. I was like trying to figure out what that noise was.
Very popular. It's my computer. I don't know how to make it stop. Anyway. Alrighty, where's my live chat thing? There it is. Okay. Hey, friends. Hey, friends and family. Welcome to our Golden Son live show, which is our second live show. Oh my god, I need to make this stop. Sorry. I'm just going to quit it.
Maybe, what kind of phone do you have?
It's my laptop.
Oh, I can help
make it stop. Hopefully they'll just stop texting me. Anyway, as I said, Golden Son live show. Golden Son is the second book in the Red Rising saga, which is one of all of it. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to make it. Which is like, is it collectively our favorite book in the series? I know it's mine.
Wait, what?
Yeah, favorite book in the series.
Favorite book in the series? Yeah.
For sure.
Yes.
Mike, it's all of our favorite books.
Mike's is Red Rising, but he's just biased.
I also liked Morningstar a little bit more, just because this one like killed me at the end.
Yeah, it does kill you.
So you just like, essentially they're all your favorites.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, so we'll start very much how we did last time. We'll have like a general chat about it, and then we'll do a non-spoiler section, and then we'll do a spoilery section. And we'll probably be here for a very long time because like my note page is 2 pages long, and that's fine. So I'm sure yours is all exactly the same.
I didn't have enough paper.
I've run out of trees. All right. So first one is, Becca and Mike, do you guys want to go first? Tell us about your first experience reading Golden Son. How many times you've read Golden Son? What did you think of Golden Son without giving anything away?
Yeah, so I read Golden Son 3 times. You've read it twice. Yeah, first time it pretty much broke me. To be honest with you, this was the book that was really upset you. This is the book that makes you want to like throw it across the room. And I actually think I did. Yeah, you did throw it across the room.
I was furious.
He was really mad at me at one point. And this is the book, if you ever get anyone to read it, like you'll get that person will text you 100% at some point in the book and say they hate you. Yeah. And we had that happen to both of us. So but at the same time, like I'm very happy I read it, and it's my favorite book in the series. So bittersweet, right? What about you, Liz?
So I read it like literally the month it came out, so like 2015 of January. And so I read it so fast that by the end of the book, I think I wasn't expecting that ending. And I think it's been the worst ending I've ever read in like the best way possible. But yeah, every time if someone else has like read this book because of me, I always get that text message like, how did you manage to wait an entire year for the next book? Because usually I had introduced them to them after Morningstar had to come in. I think this is my favorite one because the pacing of the book is so fast. Like there's always something happening and you're just like trying to catch your breath when you get another like punch in the gut kind of situation.
Yeah, it's definitely the most active book I think out of all 3.
Yeah, the pacing's
original trilogy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, mine's much the same. I think I read it like probably like the day after I read Red Rising for the first time. So I think, which was probably about the same week that it came out. So I also had to do the year-long wait. Definitely lobbed it across the room. Definitely went back and read a few pages about the same. Like I reread the same sentence after like certain events happened. I'm like, no. Reread that. I'm like, no. Okay, no, come on, let's just do that again. And
that didn't happen, right? That didn't happen.
I was the only one of my friends.
I really jumped on Tumblr, so and I was like, who else is in pain?
I was the only one of my friend group who'd read it, and I was suffering alone. But now that I've passed it to literally all of my friends, I also get those texts where it's like, how dare you?
Yeah.
Like, is this person Aries? Is this person is this gonna happen? Is this that? And I'm like, I don't know, just find out. And then I get the long-winded just expletives, whatever. Just swear words at the end of it. I'm like, oh, you finished, did you? And they're like, it's like, yeah.
There's even like a point right before you finish, and that's usually where I always get the text. There's like
well, it's like the start of the downfall. You know it's gonna get worse, and you're just like, I don't want to read more, but I have to.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I think that last chapter always gets you off guard because like you think you've reached the climax and then you get to that Golden Son chapter and you're just like, I feel like my whole life has been a lie.
And I've just started listening to Morningstar again, like literally yesterday. And so that like the opening chapter, which I'm not going to get into, of Morningstar is just It's a lot. It's a lot for me.
I reread the
We'll
first
talk
couple
about that.
chapters.
We'll talk about that in the next one.
We'll get to that. Oof. All right. So that, I mean, like I think collectively it's everyone's favorite book apart from Mike.
Yeah.
My princess.
I like it, but it's like the most devastating book in the entire series, and that's what killed me.
The masochist in me is what appreciates it, I think.
Yeah. If anyone ever asks me like what's my favorite like ending to a book or what my probably what my favorite book is, I definitely go Golden Sun just because I liked everything about it. I mean, apart from all of the things that fucked me up, I loved everything about it. There wasn't any time in the book that I was like, oh, we could have gone without that, or oh, I didn't like that.
But it did like make me crave for Morningstar right away. Like there was no hesitation. So
for sure.
it was a good but really, really terrible way for Pierce Brown to do that to everybody.
And I feel like we're in for that for Dark Age as well. Everyone's calling Dark Age like Golden Sun 2.0, but worse.
Oh, I'm not ready.
Except, like the publisher posted that it's like his best piece of. I'm just so nervous for it. Like my stomach is like turning.
I don't even know what to expect, to be honest. Like,
exactly. I'm not even gonna try and theorize things because everyone I love is gonna die. Like after last time, I'm like, oh great, the original trilogy, all of my favorites are safe. And then when he's like, new trilogy coming, I was like, no.
Yeah. Doug loves George R. R. Martin. So
he's gonna George R. R. Martin all of us.
100%.
Oh,
the theory is all these new POVs because at some point Darrow's gonna kick the bucket, which hurts me.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Either way. Anyway, we'll get to that. Okay, so non-spoiler Golden Sun stuff. I mean, that was pretty much it. We all loved it. Nothing was wrong with it except everything that went wrong.
You can't really do a whole lot of non-spoilers for that.
So we're just gonna get straight into the spoilers, guys. If you haven't read Golden Sun, go and read Golden Sun. If you want to get spoiled anyway, stick around. We'll probably be here for the next like 5 years, just yelling at like 3 main events. So
yelling.
Anyway, alrighty, let's start with, I have a whole list. So I'm going to try and go in like order, roughly, but realistically. So, we open at the Academy. Darrow is now a Lancer of House Augustus. He's been there for, I think it's been 2 years since the end of Red Rising.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They're in their final battle. It's him, Tactus, and my new favorite bitch, Victra, who's probably next to Severin, my favorite character in the whole series.
No, for sure.
I love her so much. So we get Victra, who's my favorite, whilst they are pretty much thinking they're about to win the Academy against Canis Albalona. Could you imagine Cavix? And then all goes to shit, and Cavix gets the flip on him. Thoughts, feelings, and concerns about that first part.
I thought it was just like a really good opening. I love that Darrow wasn't immediately the hero, and that it just like immediately broke your heart. And honestly, it totally set the stage for the rest of the book. Like your heart was 800 people died, and then you were like, "Well, shit, it's only gonna get better."
I definitely think it was important, especially to Darrow's character, because coming out of the Institute, he was probably super cocky and arrogant about what happened, and it just was a gigantic piece of humble pie.
Yeah. And I wonder, with the 800 people dying, because I remember going back through it and like it's all like a simulation, very much like Ender's Game. But then how did the people die? I assume it was very much like all the ammo and the gun stuff was fake, but then because they got rammed. And
they were on a real ship. So when the ship goes, they go.
Yeah. But all of like
all the ammunition and stuff was fake, but like when you crash into something else, you know.
Yeah. Which I found interesting that they didn't like reprimand Canis for, which I get it because like I mean they didn't really reprimand Darrow for storming Olympus, and realistically how we know the book went with the Ballonas being, you know, the ones. I get it, but I was also like, I'm surprised. Like they wouldn't. I get that the golds are very much like, oh, all the lower colors I don't care about, but I'm surprised that they would have been like, you just vented 800 of our workers that we needed. So
but also, if you think about the fact that like the Sovereign really wanted him to win because of like what happens at the gala and like that whole situation, like how it was all a political move at the end of the day. Like
also, like 800 people in a universe is not that much, right?
Yeah, it's probably like
That's true.
But even Canis, remember they touched on several times that he's murdered several people, but due to his political ties and his money and his family, he got away with everything. So
like, money talks, literally.
Money talks. Yeah. Amen. Cool. So then, obviously, once he gets back, He gets pissed on.
Literally pissed on.
Literally.
Poor guy. That was like how much for me. I was like, man, this is not a guy I would want to like golden shower on, no matter what.
And they shaved his head. They shaved his little hair. I loved his hair. Darrow's hair is such a mood.
Right?
They really literally shit on his entire life.
It hurt.
Well, they built him up this monumental character, and then all of a sudden, in a score of 4 chapters, destroys him.
Yeah.
It was real quick.
They beat him and they piss on him, and then they just humiliate him. Like, talk about a triple like blow in literally the first 100 pages of this book.
Especially right after Red Rising, I think it was hard to like kind of go into that because he was built up as like this hero. He did all these amazing things. He conquered so much. So to see him literally get pissed on in the very beginning of the next book, it was really, really eye-opening.
Yeah. It's like, oh, good. We're not going to go with Darrow being like the chosen perfect one in this book as well. Like, I'm glad he's going to have some sort of adversity, some sorts of like things that he can't actually win.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad he got pissed on, but I'm also like,
not a sentence you ever thought you would say.
No. I mean, I said no, so yeah. I'm glad he got pissed on. All right, so moving on. What else? What happened after that?
The gala is the next big thing.
The gala, the next big thing.
No,
yeah,
Jack
I think so.
He went and like met like Augustus.
I guess
yeah. Augustus said, "No, we don't want you anymore." So then the Jackal was like, "Hey, I want you though." And then like Jackal got blown up, and Darrow got like recruited.
Yeah, I refused to acknowledge that whole thing. I just refused to ever like when he's like, "I'm meeting the Jackal." I was like, "Darrow, no, you are not." And he's done it again.
Literally, Darrow, you dumbass! Like, oh my god! Like, do we not learn? At all, Darrow.
Insanity. We took it over and over again.
Yeah. It was a great scene. I liked that. It was very. No,
it was interesting to see the dynamic of like how far he was willing to go, because he knew he had a mission, even though like Ares hadn't spoken to him in 2 years.
And
like,
then
how determined he was.
Then right after that's when Ares had spoken to him, right? They're like, hey, we decided to be more aggressive. We need you to bomb the gala. And that was when he was like, oh, like they haven't spoken to me. Of course I'll do this. Yeah. Even though technically they said like Dancer had passed and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So Darrow kind of was like, I think he just was so upset about what had happened. He was trying to do whatever he could to redeem himself.
Yeah.
And I mean, mind you, that's when we dropped the bomb on surprise. She was pregnant.
Oof. Oh, that EO bomb. Okay, I still don't believe that till this day. I don't believe that's actually true.
It's like saying
that made me just like her so much more.
No, I don't think that's true. You guys still thought that was true. I thought that was
think so.
To convince
I think she was probably pregnant.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
I just think like EO had always been selfish. Like we learned this.
Darrow's
like selfish in the book. Yeah, like so I would not put it past her to like lie to him, because it's like she did keep the secret at the end of the day. Like if we read back at Red Rising, she doesn't talk to him. Like she doesn't tell him anything because she knows Darrow is as sensitive as hoe. Like he is so emotional. He is like, if you look at his, he is sensitive as hell. Like if you look at all of like the big things that happened, it's because something that happened based on how he was feeling at that moment. Like he agreed to the gala thing because he was mad and he was upset and he was hurt and he was like, he has abandonment issues. Okay, this poor man has been left. He has abandonment issues.
Yeah,
like his dad left him, EO left him, Dancer left him. Augustus said, "Fuck you."
Darrow, fuck you, man, pain. Yeah. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I don't know the thing.
Yeah, this is also when like Harmony had kind of rebelled a little bit, right? Like separated herself from it and did her own plan.
Yeah, with like she was kind of controlling Mickey in that way. Like he said, I would say something to you, but you could tell that he was very like she'd kill me if I said anything.
Yeah.
I like Mickey. He's like a weird beaten dog that you kind of love. I don't know. I've got this weird. I like Mickey, even though he was wrong and messed up at the beginning. And just like how
he was a product of his upbringing, I think.
I think he's like that crazy scientist kind of personality, and I think I don't think you can really fault him for what the situation he was put in. And I don't think
he thinks worldly. He's very. It's a very small circle that he exists in, and so he doesn't see the harm in what he's doing at the beginning, like slaving and everything like that. He doesn't fully gather that, but then when it's kind of cracked open, then you can see that sort of
moral change.
Yeah, but in a way that he still probably doesn't fully understand it. But he's like, my friends think this is wrong, so I know it's wrong.
Should think it's wrong. Yeah.
Which I think is a reason why so many people love Mickey. I love Mickey. He's one of my favorites. He's also one of the few, I think we see, like, he's one of the only violets we see.
Yeah, we said this last time. Even, Zanzibar, we hear about, but we don't see. He's like the only violet we see.
And I relate to violets personally. And so, just say. So I feel like I have to like Mickey, but I do like him in general. And I do think he's a redeeming character. So
yeah, I agree. And Evie as well. Like, I was a little surprised when Evie showed up. I was like, "Oh, Evie!" And then when she's like, "I'm gonna kill everyone," I was like, "Oh, Evie, no!"
Harmony manipulated her so hard. Yeah. She was poor thing.
Were they like involved? Is that what we were going with when like Harmony? Or is it more like
I think Harmony was like trying to seduce her and like using like her love against her. I think that's what it was. Like that's how I saw it anyway.
Yeah, I didn't see it as romantic. Like even with when she was like, "Oh, I was involved." Like when Dancer was like, "I only answer to Aries and to Harmony some days as well." I was like, "Oh, like they're involved." I still don't see it as like it was never like a romance. It was like a business sort of partnership.
Not on Harmony's part, at least. Harmony, I think that she used people. I think she was good at using people. Like, she tricked you into thinking like that she was in love with you or like she cared about you for her own game. Like, she's a sneaky kind of villain. She's a sneaky kind of villain.
Mm-hmm. So that's what makes her a villain, when anger rules every decision you make. And I think
she was a big antagonist. Mm-hmm.
So then we get to the gala scene, which is one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. That monologue, that whole scene, I would love to see that just in pure.
I literally did that in like an acting class.
I know, I've seen it.
I did that because I was just like, I wanted to be like that bad bitch, because he feels like the baddest bitch when he's standing up there, like walking on. Everybody's attention is on him. I love that scene. It's probably one of my favorite scenes.
Every now and again, I just like Kayla's put it there. Every now and again, I just quote that one line whenever I'm mad at anything. My honor has been pissed upon, and I demand satisfaction.
Absolutely, I love it.
Kayla mentioned my house. Yeah, I was walking around my house quoting it, but it's one of the best. I mean, like, I'm sad that he. I mean, what we know of Roke, essentially, but how he like sedated him. And then at that point, we thought he was going to go through with it, and that was his kind of goodbye to Rogue. And then when he kind of realized, what was it that made him realize that he didn't want to do it? Was it the conversation with Karnas or Lorne?
I think it was a conversation with Karnas.
Yeah, where he's like, "Oh, maybe I won't do this. Maybe I'll just wreak havoc on the inside."
He leaves the main area of the gala, and he has like a whole moment where he like talks himself out of it, like.
But he also again, like saying this is not what her dream was. And he always defaults back to her.
Fucking Eo. God damn it.
Fucking Eo.
What a waste.
That whole scene though, where he asked to duel Cassius, and then it happens, and then the absolute mind-blowing shit bomb that he dropped on everybody was probably my favorite scene in all three books.
Yeah.
By far. Oh yeah.
Where he was like faking being tired, and then he's like,
surprise.
Just kidding.
I train. Well, you fornicated, I train. And I was like, yes, Daddy, what else? What else? Absolutely not. That scene, I just remember reading it being like, this is the fucking best thing I've ever read.
Yeah, you fist bumped while you read it, man.
Yeah.
You were like,
and listening.
I just love how dramatic he did it too.
Yeah.
I remember I was reading it in my car on my break, and I dropped the book and just put my arms up and said, yes.
I'm listening to the audiobook as I drive, and I'm like, I trained. Well, you blah. I trained. People are driving past like, the fuck is she doing? And I'm like, I trained.
Well, I just love it. He used Cassius's move against him, and that's how it just happened. It was like, oh, holy shit. Holy shit.
I loved it. I loved it. And I claimed the sword arm of Cassius Albalona. I was like, yeah, Yeah, you do. Like, one of those lines that just like echoes through your brain for like years.
Well, plus, and I think it exposed.
It was amazing.
The Sovereign too. It showed weakness for her. I heard him actually destroying Cassius.
Yeah, the whole blood family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I felt really like I loved that. I was wondering what game Mustang was playing at the beginning, and then when she's like, "I'm sad that you didn't trust me enough to think I had my own game," and I was like, I love a smart girl who doesn't go like straight to like violence and like physical. Like she's using her brain, which is I guess why we love Mustang for that reason alone. Like her kind of hero isn't, like she can fight, but her game is like politics and mind games.
It plays the long, slow chess game.
So you don't like what Victor would have done?
Oh, no, 100%. Victor is me. Like I when I read Mustang, I was like, I can't really relate to her. Like I'm not much of a thinker myself. And so when I got Victor, I was like, there I am.
There, same.
And I was like, I'm Severo, but I'm like, I wash, I shower, I don't, have fungus under my ball sack. And then so when I got Victor, I was like, wonderful. There I am.
I loved how forward Victor was with Darrow. I just love that she was like, you're missing out. I'm here for you. Like, you're going to want this. That was like, I don't know. I just love that. I related to that.
Was like, I'm a bad bitch and you don't want me? Like, what is wrong with you?
I want to get into like a whole conversation about Victor soon. Like, I want to have that conversation because she's my girl. But yeah, so the gala scene happens, claims the sword arm, fucking launches shit. Shit escalates is essentially the mood for the end of that.
Like so many people die like during that scene. Like so many golds die during the gala. Like don't the entire family get wiped out?
Yeah,
because they're like
Lilith's family,
children die.
The children.
Yeah.
It hurt
that was
me
the start of the Civil War.
Yeah, when Tactus was watching the kids get killed, and it was like breaking his heart, and I was like, Tactus.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you're human after all.
Yeah, and then
for now,
I don't believe it.
For now,
no, Tactus had a heart of gold in there somewhere.
He's a functioning sociopath.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Okay, so then they take off. They don't. They what do?
They quarantine them basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, they quarantine him. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
he was forced to take on.
To side with.
Fitchner brings her the sovereign.
We find out fucking Fitchner is the Rage Knight. He just shows up like,
surprise, bitch!
Bitches, I got my own agenda.
You saw the last of me. Well, I bet you thought you.
And this is also where the sovereign offers Darrow the job of being the Olympic Knight. Right, right after that.
Yeah,
with like the whole little animal, like the little scorpion.
Oracle. Yeah.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, so
and Darrow's like shitting his pants.
Darrow says no, and then Lysander is where we meet. Lysander comes in, and that's when Darrow agrees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, because remember she was going to kill him.
Please read.
And Lysander defended him.
Shut up, Lysander. I love that it's like the going hashtag when Iron Gold came out, which now definitely relates to now, is hashtag shut up Lysander. So true.
Oh. Punch him in the face.
Iron Gold hasn't gone away.
Sorry.
He's a little shit.
What a turd. So then and then what, Mustang breaks him out, gets the howl.
Yes, we get
Severo and the Howlers.
Severo and the Howlers break him out.
Yeah.
They show up, they fuck shit up, and then they also my favorite is it's one of my favorite, I quote it all the time with Jacob, where it's like, Severo, Reaper, what did you do? Back and howls manically, and in the bag is Lysander. I was like, you fucking idiot.
But this is also right after this is like one of the saddest moments, I think, for Severo and the entire Howlers is when Quinn dies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because he literally says how she's gonna die.
Well, because
she gives him her helmet. Yeah, she takes off her helmet and gives it to Darrow because she's like, you need it. And then literally gets her head fucking bashed in.
I didn't even think about
two sentences later.
Yeah.
I have it highlighted on my phone because I was so upset when I reread it. I was like, Pierce literally told us that she was gonna die. Because it's like one sentence where it's like, oh, Darrow, she takes it off and she hands it to him and he's like, I don't really need it, but whatever. And he goes, and then literally like she gets her foot grabbed and then gets the shit beat out of her and dies.
Aja's a great villain. I think
I love her.
They're great villains in this series. Between the Jackal and Aja, great, fantastic.
Aja's amazing. Yeah,
I love her
too. That Roke starts to get that betrayal feeling.
Yeah, that's when it starts.
It's the beginning of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bitch.
So yeah, and then I mean,
and then Darrow kidnapped Lysander, right?
They pull everyone out of the water, and then they jet off into the world.
Quinn's death's definitely a trigger for him.
Quinn's death.
They go to Nero. They go back to Nero and team up with him.
Yeah, they pull them out of the water, and then so they're on the ship. Quinn's dying. The Jackal's like, "I'll save her," and I was like, "Don't do it! Don't let him hear her." I mean, I wanted to have faith. Like, I wanted to have faith in him, but I knew it wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then Tactus.
And
then Tactus goes and ruins it all by being like, "I'll take him."
Yeah, functioning sociopath.
Tactus, my boy. Well, when we find out why he does it, I don't really mind. I love
it.
Whatever.
I love him.
We also have the first Severo and Victor interaction in this.
Which it literally is, I don't know you. I've got it quoted down. Victor puts a hand on Severo. He goes, I don't know you. I was like,
he's like, bitch, the fuck? Yeah, he's very against it. Mm-hmm.
She grows on him. Yeah, I'm noticing it. I'm seeing it in Morningstar, where she starts to
banters a lot with her. Yeah, he banters a lot with her.
Yeah.
I feel like the love little interest there, though, it reminds me of Tormund and Brienne from Game of Thrones.
That never happened.
And you never know. If you gave it enough time, it might have happened.
I agree.
Ginger could have worn her down.
I agree. But I felt like Victor was very like, hello, I'm interested in you. You're interested in me. And Severo's probably like, yes, I am. Yes, I am. It's like, great, we're now getting married. Ridiculous things. But okay, so after that, what have I got?
We have the heartfelt scene between Darrow and Severo that made me cry
every time. When they start crying, when Severo's like, I know. And he's like, you know what? And he's like, you tell me the truth or I will leave and I will take the Howlers with me.
Yeah. What chapter is that? I always like go back to it. It's one of my favorite ones. Because it's like their bromance is so like
that was their bromance moment.
That is the bromance moment. Like as awkward as it like was. It was their bromance moment.
Yeah.
It also kind of really gave you an insight on like Severo's like way of thinking and like he knows what Darrow did was like a million types of illegal and like kind of has an idea of like what he's basically planning, like basically dismantling the society that Severo has grown up in. And he's like, you know what? I like you though, so I like you enough to follow you.
Yeah, he's still there for that, and that I think that's
he is not a Hufflepuff though. Whoever said that can suck my big toe. He's not a Hufflepuff.
I don't think he even made it.
I will fight anybody who even decides to put him in that house. He wouldn't make it off the fucking train.
Nope, definitely not.
Sorry.
You can't box him in a house, man.
Someone was like, he's a Hufflepuff, and I'm like, no.
So right after that, they like jump into the ship, right? That's when they take over the ship, right? They get all the gold to infiltrate the ship.
I love that so much. Like I love it.
Remember, that's when Severo and Darrow shoot off in the rockets and they take over the docking bay. That was like one of the coolest scenes also.
That was the best way to way it was described. You were just so engulfed in that. Oh man.
But I think my favorite part is Ragnar. I mean,
you mean Ragnar.
Ragnar is my life. It's like, can you hear me? I was like, what is that? And I listen to the audiobook, but it's just his like first line is one of my favorites.
Audiobook gave me chills because he does such a good job.
Are you a god? I was like, I love it. I love it.
Ragnar is one of Mike's favorites. In fact, Mike's gonna be cosplaying him at the book signing for Dark Ages because Mike's 6'7", and so he is basically like an obsidian.
Send me lots of photos. I want to see that. That would be awesome.
Wait, which date are you guys going to?
Well, the 29th one.
Okay. Because I asked both days off, and I was like, I don't know which I'm going to yet, depending on like the capacity for San Diego or LA.
Well, I wouldn't be there.
If you're in a cosplay, I might just go.
I'll just be there for 3 years.
You'll be there.
I'll probably go to LA.
Maybe I'll FaceTime and you guys can just walk me around and be like,
I'll FaceTime you.
We'll definitely do that.
Yep, we're doing that.
Please
That's
do.
happening.
I'll walk around with my phone like, I'm gonna be like, look, guys, it's Piera.
I'll be in a full costume of something else. It's me. Okay.
Ragnar is my favorite character, though. Like in this book, I love him.
Ragnar breaks in. He's like, do you accept these stains? And I was like, take those fucking stains. Take those stains. He takes those stains, and it's a good time for all of us.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
What else? What happens after that? I mean, I've got all my notes.
I mean, Daryl trusts Ragnar with the secret, like, pretty soon after that. Like,
yeah.
So everybody's kind of like...
No, this is when Roke all of a sudden starts blaming Darrow. And then that's also when Mustang kind of comes back in the picture with Darrow.
And they kind of start to regain each other's trust. But then that's also when Darrow gives Ragnar the razor, which throws Ragnar for a loop.
And it's also when Severo tells Darrow that Ares sent him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's back when. Yeah, well, that's back when. So I think it's. So they crash into the thing, and then
they take over the ship.
And then after the ship, when they're back in their place, we get Mustang back. That's when Severo tells Darrow about Ares and that he knows who he is.
And that's when Rock. God, I keep saying Rock. I want to say Rock for you. I know his name. Okay,
that's when Rock's being weird.
Like a lot of anxiety and confronts Darrow.
Yeah,
so that happens all at the same, kind of simultaneously.
Yeah. And then
Darrow goes to Lorne after that.
Yeah, I was gonna say speaking of Lorne, I was talking to Liz about it earlier. And in a lot of this book, we get the setup for Lorne. Like we get him a bit in Red Rising, but in this book, like every one of the quotes is from him. Every time Darrow says something, it's a Lorne quote. And this was like pre and post being like, I'm a student of Lorne. So we get this huge build up. I cannot stop texting. Sorry. Sorry, it's Jacob texting. It's annoying me.
I'll be upset about all those errors he made on your flyer.
Oh, what an idiot! No, I'm just kidding. I was definitely asleep, so I was like, "Can you?"
I didn't notice it. So,
huh?
I didn't notice it. I was like, "Let's go."
Yeah,
I'm trying to find.
I also didn't notice it.
Yeah, the thing with I love Lorne. He's actually one of my favorite characters. Period. I think my Twitter name has been Becca Al Arcos for years. I won't change it. I will never change it. He's the best. Okay. But I do agree with you. I love that they're building around him and he's not even there. So when you finally do get to see him and meet him, it's like
great world building.
Yeah.
Great world building too.
He is everything.
He's like 140.
Yeah, that's the thing. I forgot how old he was. But I still
old.
All I really about when we met Lorne is all I saw, and I told her this right off the bat. Clint Eastwood. That's all I thought about.
I'm still gonna stick with Colin Firth because I'm annoying, but
you're all wrong. I haven't looked up who I thought it was.
Shut your face.
I'll figure it out. No, Colin Firth. What?
Have you seen him in Kingsman?
Yeah, and that's even more confusing.
Have you seen his church scene? The church scene where he just goes batshit crazy and starts killing all of those West Baptist
Lorne has like graying hair. He's got a beard in my eyes.
Colin Firth can grow a beard?
Nah.
Whatever.
The guy who stuttered in the King's Speech is not Lorne. Not
he is. If you watch Kingsman, he would be such.
Nah.
Mike's obsessed with Kingsman.
No, you're not allowed.
Whatever.
You now. I'm just kidding.
I'll stick with my fan cast until we have an actual Lorne in this world.
I think of like a Liam Neeson. That's who I think of when I think of Lorne.
No, let me find
We're all wrong. None of us are gonna get it right. They're gonna cast some like random person that we've never seen.
Yeah,
it's gonna come to Netflix.
The guy who plays Bobby Singer.
This
from
guy,
Supernatural.
Barristan Selmy.
He's in Game of Thrones.
Lord,
he's in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but not that. Maybe like young.
Okay, fine. That's okay.
Nah.
Fine.
Lord.
Okay, we might as well do Ned Stark at this point.
Nah.
He dies in all of his roles anyway. Might as well give him an iconic.
You know what? We're gonna throw Robert Pattinson in there, and he's gonna be a shiny Lorne.
Excuse me. No, it's Scarlett Johansson because Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, Lord.
Lord.
Oh
my god.
Yeah, Liam Neeson with a beard. Done.
Liam Neeson.
He played God, damn it.
They're going to take you. That's all I think of when I think of Liam Neeson. Anyway.
What is it? What is it? Oh my God! Why can't I think of his name?
Okay, so Lorne.
Okay.
Okay.
So Darrow,
none of us are right.
by dragging Lorne into it all, and being like 10 steps ahead of everyone because he's Darrow, and of course he is. I want to know more about Lorne's griffin. Like, where did he go? Where did he go?
Yeah.
He's gone.
Lauren also tells him about the whole story of Nero, right?
Yeah,
Nero's back
wife.
Yeah.
And how Nero is the dirtiest person in the world and just
well, they talked about him as like a child, and I thought that was really I love hearing villains' backstories. It's the best.
Let's just talk about playing the long game. Nero played the ultimate long game.
Oh no!
Wait 30 years, marry the daughter of the guy who took you in, and then you cut her head off and give it to him in a box. Like,
that's how you get revenge, my friends. That is how you get revenge.
He really said, "Let's give it a minute," literally.
What a way to know life and hate. That's so long to hate. That's so long.
Yeah.
It's not John
Bitter to the core.
Yeah, that's coal hate. And so anyway, and then Tactus and Archie, and we lose my love. He gets burnt like a cherry pip, and then he dies. Fuck you, Lorne. God damn it.
Wait. Like a cherry pip? Like
no,
a what?
Remember how he gets burnt?
Thing?
No, it's a quote in the book when it's a quote. I forget what. It's probably not a cherry pip. I probably just made it.
I don't remember no cherries.
Whatever. Tactus gets burnt. He gets burnt, okay? And then he goes and tries to get the children, and then Darrow tries to get him back, and he gets him back, and then Lorne's like, no. We could have had it.
There's a lot of symmetry in Iron Gold, I think, as well, which I thought was really cool. But we'll go back to that.
What?
Symmetry into Iron Gold with that scene.
Oh,
yeah.
With the most dramatic. We thought Darrow was dramatic until we get to Iron Gold.
Yeah.
And then we find out who the true drama queen is in this entire series.
We'll get
with his violin.
Oh my God! I love him for being that dramatic. But anyways, back to
I fully believe.
I want to know reactions to.
I fully believe Tactus could.
To who we get it. You love Tactus. Get over it.
On the ship. I didn't know functioning so.
Let it go. Let go.
No, I definitely did.
I want to know what you guys' reactions to finding out who Ares was, and if you had guessed it correctly.
Close to that.
We are so close. We are.
We haven't even gotten to the goddamn Iron Rain yet, you crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say when we find out who Ares was, and then he what happened to him right after that.
Everything doesn't make sense in my head. I'm trying to figure out time, but it all is jumbled up.
You are skipping. You're skipping. Right. Iron Rain.
He's skipping. You're talking about Tactus. I mean.
Okay, I'm done. No more Tactus. Okay.
No more Tactus.
Iron Rain. The Iron Rain, and then they swim, and then.
Well, can we just talk about the Iron Rain though? Because that visually, I would love to see that on screen.
Wait, can we back up? Because I really was enjoying this visual interpretation of the book from Piera.
Okay, so they fall, wee, they land, they get.
I need every book review like this from now on.
My book reviews
is this where we
create emojis?
Yeah. So
I'm trying to figure out what I missed because I immediately just jumped to who Ares is always.
Yeah, can you just calm down? You've got like 7 seconds. So the EMP has just blown up. Everyone's been stabbed to death. Sephiroth's face down in a pond somewhere. Darrow's pulled up Ragnar, handed Ragnar a razor. Ragnar's like, nah, and he's like, do it.
They're almost dying. Shit.
That's exactly how he says it. Do it, Ragnar. Do the thing.
Just like that. That's how I read it.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I am an actor, so
I can recognize talent.
We missed Pliny getting his ass handed to him.
Oh yeah, that was right after
the little
arm.
Yeah, with the eyeball. Goof.
There's so much we missed because I got excited. I'm so sorry.
Somebody fairies. You could just fucking calm down with that.
Yeah, I'm blaming it.
We missed Cabot
Lover over there.
Sorry, I just love him. It hurts me all the time. I cry so hard every time I think about it. Okay, wait. Hold up. We also missed Orion. We meet Orion, which is great.
Oh, yes.
Gosh, Orion.
Yeah, interesting theory that I only heard, I think, this year was the potential that Orion might be trans. I didn't think about that.
I saw talks about that because of they say that her name is like a masculine name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, surprised, I didn't realize. Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't read it that way, and that's not how I've seen it. But I mean, it is a really cool, interesting thing that I was like, oh, maybe that was.
I also thought her and Severo were gonna get together at one point. Really? Because they were bickering a lot.
Her and Severo.
Yeah.
Like, everyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say Severo bickers with everyone. I mean,
Severo bickers with inanimate objects, and
like, I mean, he would fuck the inanimate objects. So
I don't want to know that. That's the thing. I love Severo so much, but he's also so fucking weird. Like the unicorn porn. I was like, nah, too much. Okay. Orion. So
this is why you're supposed to keep me in check. Let's go.
Okay, so they've landed. They've all been fished out. I think this is when Thistle starts to turn, when she
being a little bitch. Yeah,
when she puts Arrowhead right now the razor. And then they trek to.
They almost die like 6 times during that.
There's a
trek towards the Citadel or whatever.
Yeah.
But like the whole book, they were like at near death.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We also lose like 3 howlers in the process of the Iron Rain.
Yeah, Harpy. Back who just came in for that one book and then died. I was like, cool. And like, what kind of a howler nickname is that? Like, they got the other ones because that's how they looked. What does a rotback look like? I don't know.
That's a good point.
I don't know. So then they get to the Citadel, and Severo tries to fly Darrow up, and then Darrow like pieces out on Severo, and it's like, yeet, I'm on my own. And runs like for 50 kilometers, and then like dives in the ship. So now we're in the ship. We're in the ship with Karnas, Fitchner, Aja, the Sovereign, and a bunch of other golds, right?
We're in the ship.
Which I thought cinematically would look beautiful as well.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing, that scene.
Yeah. And then so eventually I was like, cool, he's gonna kill everyone, and then they just like literally flip the ship, and I was like, oh, Darrow.
Yeah.
You idiot. Yeah. And then what? There's lots of. That's when we get rid of Karnas, which was great. And that's when we're almost about to lose Darrow until big reveal. Who is Ares, Liz? Just because I know you've been waiting on it.
Fitchner. Okay, I love him. Okay, and I read the book again when I found out it was him, and all the clues are there. Yeah. We were just not smart enough to see it. All of the clues are there.
Okay, my
favorite line. Love it.
100% when I read Red Rising.
It's been me.
I knew when I read Red Rising that it was him. Like immediately, I went to Mike and I was like, "It's Fitchner. He is Ares. It's Ares. Like it makes freaking sense." And Mike's like, "No way."
She likes ruining the book for me.
So when Golden Sun happened, he actually like threw the book at me. He's like, "It's fucking Fitchner. That's not fair."
Someone
I love
Mustang. I was like, it's not Mustang. What part of Mustang makes you think of fucking fit? Yeah. But I really loved that. I was like, oh my God, amazing.
I was so happy.
I loved it.
That was a good plot twist. That's the one thing I love about the series, and I said it last time. I think I probably predicted maybe 1 or 2 of the like 50 plot twists.
That was I predicted the whole pregnancy thing, and that was just out of the romance to me.
It was a lie to get Darrow to do things.
Not that pregnancy. The other pregnancy in Morningstar.
Oh, spoiler!
I called it. There is a Tumblr post out in the world with my name on it where I predicted that shit. If you find it, let me know. Screenshot it.
Everything. Darrow and Mustang had sex for the first time. Wild. Pew pew. Darrow getting laid at the puss.
The first time in like 5 years.
You like defeated all of the Institute and you didn't get laid. Like that.
I was like, you were with her for a full year and you didn't get puss. Like what? Man, like what kind of 17-year-old boy are you? You're the worst.
No wonder he made all those bad decisions. Like I would too if I was that
stressed. He really did not even get a hand up. He just not even nothing.
Favorite is when Cassius was like, I went inside her this morning, and I was like, so did Cassius fuck her first? Or these are the things that go through my mind. I was like,
went through all our minds. fine.
I do like. I mean, I appreciate like as someone who like I generally like a bit of romance and smut in my books. I appreciated that relationship wasn't purely built on, oh, you're so sexy. I got to look at you, and I'm gonna have sex with you in all the most inconvenient times. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that.
Right.
Like I remember in book 1 where they were
laid.
Huh?
I still wanted them to like have sex at one point.
100%. But when they're in the snow in the institute, I was like, please don't have sex. You don't have time to have sex. Someone's gonna come and get you. You can avoid sex right now. I'm glad
I'm gonna kill. Damn you.
Sorry.
I'm gonna go get my charger. My laptop's about to die. So
so we find out who Ares is, and then after we find out who Ares is, Ares/Fitchner saves Darrow and takes him back to be fixed up, which is when they have sexy time. Mustang and Darrow, not Fitchner and Darrow.
Damn it!
It's out there somewhere. Yeah. And is that what's after that? Is that when Darrow decides he needs to go back to see his family?
They have.
Yeah, that was right after that. They went back. Yeah. He went back to Mars and visited his mother.
When does the jackal capture Dancer?
That's during this time frame of when he goes back.
Yeah.
Home.
Okay.
Yeah. So then they go. Darrow goes back to Mars, takes Mustang with him, shows her his carving, and goes, if you still want to stick around, come inside, which is his family home.
That's right. That was rough for me. I was like really upset about the way Mustang reacted to how Darrow. So I thought that was really big of Darrow, and I honestly didn't like the way Mustang reacted. I get it, fine, but I wasn't. I don't know. I was like, dude, be a little more considerate.
He lost his virginity as a gold, revealed who he was to her, and she bailed.
Yeah.
Ultimate fuck boy. I liked Darrow and his mother's interaction. I liked that she knew who he was automatically, and she was just like, yeah, cool, this is it. I liked that she was like, I didn't like EO. I was like, thank you.
I also like the point that she brought up.
Pardon?
I also like that she questioned what he was doing. Like, so you're gonna do this, and what?
Then what?
Like, what will come up? What will come of this?
Pardon?
Like, what is the point of this? Yeah.
Big check of it.
I love his mom. His mom is a great character.
I'm really like I know it doesn't. They don't have a name in it, but I was hoping. The little girl who comes down to him. I was hoping that is it Rona? Rona?
Yeah.
Gold? I hope it's her.
Yeah.
That would have just been like a little Easter egg.
It might have been.
Pardon? Could have been. I mean, yeah, probably wasn't. I mean, they had a lot of children back then. And then when Mustang finds out that it's him and she confronts him and Ragnar's there, and then Ragnar comes and kneels down with Darrow. I thought that was really cute. But yeah,
I really thought she was gonna stab him for like a split second. I thought she was gonna just go for it.
Well, you also got to see the difference between Mustang and Ragnar's reactions and how it was when somebody like was like, no, I'll be there no matter what, and someone's like, hey, I got to think about this a little bit. Yeah, I thought it was really cool to see the two different perspectives side by side, and I think that's why I kind of like was a little mad at Mustang because Ragnar was like, nah, I'm there for you.
Mustang's always been a big thinker though. Like she's always been she's not an emotional reactor. She's like, I need some time to think about
her character. I agree it was true to her character. But I still didn't like it. Okay.
Yeah, but it sucked.
It also came from she comes from the higher class, so it's harder for her to accept this reality than it is for Ragnar, who is literally the bottom of the barrel, like worst possible. Yeah. You could see. So he's like an opportunity for me not to be the shittiest person in this society. I'm here for it, and she's like, wait a minute.
I'm just gonna block this guy. Everyone, hold up. I got a creep. I just gotta block this guy.
Awesome.
I don't know how to do that. I'm going to put him in a timeout. Yeah. For 300 seconds. My God. 300 seconds, sir. All right.
Okay. I think it is.
Yeah. So the next one is, is it then the fucking, what's it called? The celebration. The thing where all the stuff happens. The other gala. The bad gala.
The bad gala.
No. We find out
the victory, whatever.
We find out that Sevro's half red. Remember? Sevro's mom was a red?
Oh, I know. Oh, how can I forget that? That was very exciting for me.
So we find out yeah, and if you guys haven't read the Sons of Ares comics, that's Fitchner's like origin story. You get a bit of Brynn, you get a bit of baby Sevro.
Speaking of that, are we gonna get more?
I have a feeling they are.
He published all the comics into one book already, so I don't know.
Earthquake.
We're having. Yeah, it was like an earthquake.
Yeah, we're
Do you
having
guys feel
an
it?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you guys okay? This
It's
is
okay.
I just felt like the whole house
Yeah,
moving. Hold
it
up.
wasn't as bad as the one.
I can see your bookshelves moving. Is it still happening?
It's
Yeah,
just tremors, I think.
it's still happening. The one yesterday was even worse. It was like a
I'm
6.
concerned.
Whoa!
That's moving pretty
whoa.
good now.
Please hold for natural disasters.
Oh my god, that's
Hold
really
on.
bad. Hold on.
Please don't like die on my live stream.
I know.
I
Shut
don't
up.
want to get demonetized. I'm just kidding.
Oh shit! Do you feel that still? Liz?
I have like a giant fan above my head, so I'm trying to make sure it doesn't get
I'm gonna
taken down.
stand
Hold on one
over
second.
here. Hold on.
Yeah, you guys take your
I gotta-
time. You
I
guys
gotta hold the bookshelves up.
check your dogs. Do all the things that you need to
Yeah,
do.
my
I'll
dog's
be
right
here
here.
in Australia.
All
Okay,
right.
I think it's.
We're good. I think it
I
stopped.
think that's
Okay, yeah.
it.
I think it's done. Yeah.
It's okay.
The whole time I was in LA, I'm surprised I didn't have it. Like I didn't experience an earthquake. I fully expected
Oh,
to.
no, it's still there.
Oh, I still feel it. We had a 6.6 yesterday morning at like 10:30, and it was really
Yeah.
bad. Like
Ooh.
that was bad. Oh, I still feel it.
I don't know what that like. I can't even imagine what that would feel like, having never experienced anything like
You
that.
get used to it. You get
If
used
you've
to
been
it.
to a carnival where like you walk on the floor and it moves underneath your feet, that's kind of similar to what it is.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I think my biggest fear is just natural disasters. I can't do anything about, and I'm just
So we're
there.
giving you a lot of anxiety right now, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The show got real exciting.
Yeah.
I've got secondhand anxiety for you.
Okay, they're saying that there's gonna be a volume 2, so that makes me happy.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get to the comments. Everybody, calm down. Damn it, Kayla.
Sorry.
I'm trying to like come back when you can.
I'm like, I just leave it to the end because otherwise I'm just gonna be there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we find out Severo's half read. Then we get to the triumph. The triumph is where all of your hopes and dreams die. They die.
This is where you really throw the book.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
when they poured it lighter fluid on it, lit it on fire, and then just
Cried.
crushed it.
Cried over it. Yeah.
He literally took the rug out of from beneath my feet. It was pretty intense.
The moment that he sent Severo and Ragnar away, I was like, something's up. And the moment when Lorne was like, I'm gonna leave, and Dara was like, nah, stay. I was like, something's going on. And then
Yeah.
so when Darren notices like one of the pinks wearing a face mask, I was like, no. And then it all just went in slow motion as it slowly started to unravel.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, and like one of the biggest heartbreaks there was Roke finally betraying him, officially betraying him, and blaming Darrow for something that wasn't his fault.
Space Judas. Okay, he is Space
Exactly.
Judas.
Yeah,
He
I think
kissed him.
at that point when he stuck the needle in him, I threw the book and walked away. I literally had to walk outside and walk it off because I was not happy.
Yeah.
I was
I like sat there
no.
with my mouth open, like
My
rope.
exactly the same.
Ow! Ow!
And then she
I
okay?
was so distraught.
Yeah, she stubbed her toe. We're fine.
Oh no.
But
It's all good then.
You need a drink, sorry.
No,
Yeah.
honestly, though,
Part.
for
Roke
me,
betraying.
that whole scene was like the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And it just got worse and worse and worse, and nothing good came
Every
out of that.
person I've recommended read this, that is where they text me. They're like, why the fuck did you make me read this? What the fuck is happening? I will not keep reading. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Keep reading.
It gets
What-
worse.
Yeah, keep
What did
reading.
you guys think at that point?
Yeah, I was very much like, whoa. Like I kind of, when I thought about it, I was like, okay, I see it now. It was set up in that you need to fix it, you need to fix it, you need to fix it. And he just kept not fixing it.
Yeah.
In that, I was kind of like,
Roke is also a little bitch, but that's beside the point.
Roke is a little bitch. But yeah, I expected it. I had a feeling, but it still hurt.
I was yeah. That
And
bitch hurt. Yeah.
Funnily enough, I think the bit that hurt me the most, apart from watching Lorne still try to fight after he'd had like half his hand cut off,
Victra.
and Victor was the heartbreak. And like when she's crawling to him,
It wasn't.
being like, I didn't know. That's when I was like, I will die for this woman. Like she is loyal to the end. She's just Severo, but like essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
those are the things that fucked me up. The Victra and Arcos were the two ones that really, really got me.
My mom. I think my mom's calling me because of this earthquake. Monday.
I'm alive. And then Cassius coming up out of nowhere and taking a ring.
Bien, nomás se me movió poquito. Yeah, she's calling me because of the earthquake. No, está bien.
She lives.
No, no se preocupe, todo está bien.
It's funny because I can understand every single word she's saying right now.
No, it's completely
No,
different.
no, está aquí. No se sintió feo, nomás se movió un poquito la casa, está todo bien.
Not often we get a natural disaster in the middle of a live show.
That'll be my caption. Golden Sun live stream natural disaster. Don't try this at home.
It's not actual clickbait, okay?
She was like, oh my god, she's like, you were all by yourself. She's like, you're all by yourself. You got caught by yourself.
I've got my friends with me.
With my friends on the internet, actually, okay?
They can't do much, but they can experience it with me.
Yeah. But one of the things I also found devastating about that whole scene, though, was that Darrow being poisoned like that it's like a slow crumbling poison. Too. He's watching everyone be killed, and then they give him the box with Fitchner's head in it.
Yeah.
Stop. That shit hurted so hard.
Yeah. That one fucked me up with the, especially like the grapes and like the
I was
like, ooh.
For like a year after that, I was like, he can't be dead. Like, he's not dead. Like, it's not really him. It's a fake head. I was coming up with 1,000,003 excuses about how it's not him.
I didn't believe
it.
Like,
no way.
Obviously, the Jackal comes out there as he basically played the whole situation. And the other thing I jumped to immediately when they showed Fitchner was, where the hell is Ragnar? What did they do to him? Then I panicked. Like, you never find out, so you're just like, what the hell?
No, Ragnar was Severo.
What?
Remember when Dara's like, yeah, you go look for your dad, take Ragnar with you, and be careful.
Yeah, but at some point, that's when Ragnar, well, obviously in the next book, when he gets kind of in trouble, before him and Severo had to fight, without getting too much into the next part, that's when they had to fight their way out of it, and they almost didn't make it.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was like right when, after the whole beginning scene of Darrow being in, well, we're not going to get into that part.
Yeah.
But basically when they meet back up, he explained that it all hit the fan when they went back.
Because we find out about the telematics too, like getting into it in space and shit.
Mike had anxiety about Ragnar.
That's fair.
Fair. You know.
Severo was going to make it, but Ragnar, I was scared.
Severo had plot armor at that point.
So, anyways, not to get into Morningstar. My bad.
But yeah, I think that's Golden Sun, and then they pick him up and they carry him away, and that's Golden Sun.
I don't even want to talk about the first part of the next
start
book.
of Morningstar. I know. I'm just like,
no. Let's just save it for Morningstar. Let's
just talk about how much it hurt at the end of Golden Sun.
I was so hurt. I was pissed that Morningstar wasn't there for me. Yeah. Like, what? How could you do that to your?
Like, Pierce really did that. Like, he was like, "Here you go. You have this book, and it's going to be at least a year."
No Dark Age is going to be the same, and then he's going to make us wait 4 years for the next one.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so.
How can I top that?
And Dark Ages is long. It's like
like 100 pages. It's a big baby.
I'm so.
I'm excited to read it though, but I'm not. I'm going to go through the comments. Let's have a quick squiz. Everyone loves Iron Gold. Lots of tabs. Audiobooks are amazing. Didn't pull a Jon Snow on Dario. I don't know what that means. Victor is the baddest bitch. Yes. Hello. Garden scene broke everyone's heart. Yes. Dario, no. Dario, yes. Harmony, erg. The creepy guy, deleted. The gala scene is that bitch. That's true. Okay, cool. So it's all just very much what we've already said. Yes, there is going to be a Morningstar live show next weekend. I think. Is it next weekend?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Sometime in the future.
Yeah. Blah blah blah. Yeah, second volume 2 in Sons of Aries. Fuck the box. Yeah. Great.
Someone said Roke is a whiny bitch.
Roke is a whiny bitch. Can confirm.
Antonia's a little bitch. Facts.
Antonia is a little bitch. Yes, correct. Yeah, I mean, all right. Well, what was everyone's favorite scene, character, and line?
My favorite quote, I still think, is Karnas and Darrow talking to each other, where he's like, "You will die, I'll die," but like he's talking about like honor and like your family name, and the reason he's such a huge bitch is because he wants to keep his family name. I love that quote. It's a horrible like quote, I guess, but he's talking about how like the reason that he is so about like honoring the Bologna family is because, you know, your legacy as your family continues. It's not about you.
I think
that's probably my favorite.
Hold on, they'll be back. I heard
that's probably one of my favorite like quotes, like quotable things.
Yeah.
The monologue obviously is a big one. And my favorite character,
Ragnar.
Ragnar, the moment he comes on the screen is my favorite.
Yep.
My favorite scene is the bonding between Severo and Darrow, because I'm a little emotional bitch. I love that. I cried when I read it because it was just like these two like opposing forces coming together, finding common ground, and just Severo's loyalty, like willing to put everything on the line, everything he's ever known, everything he believes in, because he loves Darrow so much. Like my heart.
I'm the same.
My heart hurt.
I think I have been disconnected, which has something to do with the earthquake, maybe. We'll give them a little bit to catch back up if they come back. If they don't, I mean, that's pretty much it, really. I don't think there was anything else overly pressing. Yes, there'll be a Morningstar live show. I think it's next weekend. And then there'll be an Iron Gold live show soon. And then we'll do a Dark Age one probably like a week or two after Dark Age comes out, so we can all have read it and finish it. Yeah,
I have an audiobook ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh, she said their internet stopped. Yeah, it's probably the earthquake. They probably felt it a lot more than I did because they're a little bit up north. I'm closer to I'm more south.
Yeah.
They felt it a little bit more. It was like at first I was like I had a beer and I was like, I'm not drunk. Like, what's going on?
I'm waiting. I saw their bookshelf and I was like, what is that? Like, we're having an earthquake. I was like, oh, what do I do from over here?
Just watch, basically.
Hey, they're back.
There we go.
Hey, you live.
We're back. Sorry about that.
We had to get on my phone. My laptop went down for some reason. So sorry.
I was like, oh, it's probably the earthquake.
That's what we think it is too. We think maybe our internet tower went down.
Yeah.
So what do we miss?
We were just going over favorite scenes, lines, and characters. So Liz has gone with Ragnar, the conversation between Darrow and Severo. Severo. Darrow.
And
what do you guys
between favorite tells
As far as quotes, I think it's definitely the speech in the gala that like does it for me. That's when you're like, fuck yeah, that's why you're cool, Darrow. Like, you're stupid, but yeah, okay. Victor's like my favorite character, period, in the whole entire series, and next to Ragnar. So like the fact that we get to see both those characters this series, like totally it makes me so happy. So, but Victor, I'm like you, Piera, like that's who I relate to, and I'm like, that's me, like that. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
My favorite scene and entire set of lines is going to be that whole gala scene where he, before he hands Cassia's ass to him on a silver platter. But I will say Ragnar is by far my favorite character in this book. He's a big, giant, lovable giant who can squish your head in between his fingers. So
I'm excited for your cosplay. It'll be fun. He's already 6'7", and we got him boots that are like 6 inches, so he's gonna be over 7 foot. It's gonna be really exciting. I'm 5'3", so
it'll be interesting.
You'll be the red to his obsidian.
Perfect. I'd probably have to go with Victor and Ragnar, my favorites. Scenes that probably fucked me up was when Roke was telling Darrow about Tactus's violin and how he was like practicing a sonata for him. That really messed me up. I mean, I had so many quotes in this book that I was just like, good. This is a good one. So I honestly
I love the Irene too. Their conversation right before they're going to drop down.
Yeah. But hey, Tactus is still a functioning sociopath, so I mean that's the plus side.
Don't touch my son. You keep his name out your mouth.
Such a little shit.
Well,
Such a little shit.
I think that's it. That's it for Golden Sun, everyone. Anything they want to add before we peace out of this?
No,
I'm still excited. First round.
Huh?
Pierce, if you're watching this, I'm available to play Pebble still.
Oh my god.
Contact me. Let me know, sir.
I think I'd make a really good Tactus, personally.
And then I'm going to throw out there, Pierce, if you're watching this, like, hit me up. I would love to work on this at Netflix. Just saying.
Ooh, if you need personal security, right here.
Yeah, that's all of us covered. That's like the one thing about this series is I couldn't find anyone that I would look like. Like I couldn't be anyone. I'd have to be a brown or some like of some description. Just
you can.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, I'd have to be some like
you
just
could
like
be
character.
Yeah. No,
I was gonna say this little bitch, so we can't do that to you.
Yeah, I was like, if I spend the next like year or so just beefing the fuck up, and then dye my hair blonde, like maybe I could swing a Victra, but I'm still too short, so it's probably not gonna happen.
That's what wigs are for. You can do it.
Exactly. I mean, look how much I rock this fucking Medusa hair. I'm just kidding. All right, that's Golden Sun, friends and family. We will see you possibly next week for Morning Star, but keep an eye out because I will post when it is going to be.
3 hours before it happens.
3 hours before it happens. Probably. Whatever. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me again.
Yes, thank you
for having us.
That's right. And I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.